G'day and welcome to Slotcast Presents Footy Talk with Joseph. I'm your host, Joseph, and today we've actually got all three of us here. We've got Dom and Fish. I know, all three. Logistical nightmare having three of us on a podcast. Probably an editing nightmare because Fish says some things that are questionable, I would say, for most people. But anyway.
Great.
Yeah. Well, introduce yourselves, just so everyone knows the voice and the name.
Dominic, do you want to go first?
Yeah, happy to take the stage. G'day everyone, loyal listeners in Ohio. I'm Dominic, back for another week of Footy Talk. Looking forward to it. Lots to discuss with Origin coming up. And over to you, Liam.
Hey guys, I'm Liam, also known as Fish. I'd like to apologise for my prolonged absence over the past few weeks. I was actually on suicide watch after the Bulldogs blew a lead to the Canberra Raiders when they were down to 11 men.
Yeah, that did happen. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Hope you're all right, mate.
Yeah.
Haven't been in a good mental state, but I'm back.
And as well, we take mental health seriously. He's been a fuckwit. Anyway, moving on. So we got an interesting week here, boys. We've got a big week. So rundown, we're going to talk about Origin, and then obviously give a review and preview of the rounds previous and following. So let's start with the team list, boys. What do you reckon, boys?
Yeah, it's good. Sorry, I was just waiting to see if Liam would go. Clearly not.
Logistical nightmare.
He had about as much to add there as he did the last 3 weeks. But, yeah, no, the sides, I don't really care about the Queensland side. I think it's pretty standard, what you'd probably expect. Reid Marnie just got dropped from the squad as of this afternoon.
Literally 2 seconds before we started recording.
Yeah, so I think that just means AJ Brimson's going to be 14 and Harry Grant's going to be playing pretty much 80 minutes, I'd say.
Coming back from injury, that's a big call from the Queensland selectors. Have him playing 80 minutes. It's massive. Yeah.
But no, I like the Blue squad. I think Jerome Luai's NRL performances over the last 18 months really just sort of had him penciled in there, and I don't think you lose much with Jack White being in the squad at 14 anyway. So I like the dynamic. There's plenty of strike and plenty of mobility in the forward pack too.
Yeah, I agree. One thing that does scare me about Queensland's forward pack is a scary sight. It's one of the
Joe Pengawi.
Come on, man. Obviously. It's more so referring to your David Fafitas, your Tino,
sorry, mate.
Welch, your Joe Arrows, but you take
their starting forward pack is great. Their bench forward pack, however,
I think we do beat the bench department.
Well, you got Jaden Sewer, who's been dropped, from the Rabbitoh squad. Moeki Fodawaker's pretty good. Offenhangawi's okay. I would have thought they'd probably put Hess over Offenhangawi, considering Hess's current form in the middle has been a lot better than sort of the start of the year and the previous couple of years.
Just for the experience that he adds, I guess.
And probably he can play more positions, I'd say. Like he can play... Well, so can Hess, though. You know what? Better footy minds at the selection board than I think that we have here.
I disagree.
Speak for yourselves.
But so who do you reckon you have? Do you reckon Radley and Crichton would have been shoo-ins for the squad for the Blues?
Crichton at least was a certainty.
Yeah,
he would have been starting second row, but I do think Victor Radley would have been in there as well.
I think Radley would have been starting lock, and Isaiah Yeo probably would have gone back to the bench.
And then apparently Frizzell was going to be picked, but because of his ankle injury, I think he did a syndesmosis. He's out for like the next couple of weeks or something. Could be more, depending if you need surgery or not. So,
yeah, left us lacking in the second row department a bit.
I think you got Tarek Sims, Cameron Murray, and Isaiah Yeo. That's a pretty good replacement second row sort of partnership there. So I think looking at the Queensland squad as well, that's like Cameron Munster and Cherry Evans. That's a fucking gun half pairing. Val Holmes back in the squad. Gagai with his fucking Superman performances in a fucking maroon jersey. Seriously, I don't know. Well, I don't know what he does before he goes out with that origin jersey on, but every time it's just ridiculous.
I know he does lines before him.
Well, speaking of that, did you see the court case where Michael Jennings admitted to having coke, having the nose beers on four occasions?
Disgusting.
Yeah,
should be booted from the game. Wipe all his honours. It's pathetic.
Well,
yeah, I don't commend that behaviour whatsoever.
Well, in other news on players having nose beers on Mad Monday, did you know water is wet?
Water is wet, is it? Oh, jeez.
I know, yeah. There's about the same amount of shock in both of those revelations. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tough year. See how it goes with the new regulations, even though they're slowly getting reverted. They're not telling us. They're just slowly going to revert the new sort of interpretations and punishments.
So making it a lot more fucking inconsistent.
Yeah, and while they're doing that, make it terribly inconsistent. At least like a magic round and all that, it was pretty consistent in terms of you make contact with the head, you go into the bin. Now you can
shit. Yeah.
Now you can lunge into someone's head like the Cowboy player did on Friday night. What's his fucking...
How about Peter Funa on Sunday?
Yeah, it's just so...
Jack Etherington doing it twice.
Yeah, it's so fucking targeting him.
Yeah, the refs are targeting him. Yeah, it's the refs' fault. But yeah, so that's I'd say classic referees. But you know what? So we'll move on to the next topic I sort of have here. Origin venues. And do you agree with the venue change to Townsville?
Not at all. I think it's an absolute joke. It's just been bought out. Like the Queensland government paid $8 million to secure the game, and like fair enough. If it was if that was at the start of the series deciding venues and they pay $8 million, want to play it in Townsville, whatever, that's fine. But the fact that the government in Queensland last year was happy enough to make it hard for rugby league to play games in Queensland, having to fly teams up on game day, etc. When the New South Wales government sort of bended over backwards to accommodate, I think it's pretty slack from the NRL personally, and I don't like 2 games in a row in Queensland territory where I think the Blues only have a 32% win rate. So it doesn't do us any favours, but it will just make it all the more sweeter when we win.
Yeah, on the back of that, we were meant to have our 2 home games last year and we took it to a neutral venue. And this year, Queensland fucking get 2 home games after it was meant to be at a neutral venue. I think it's a bit of a joke.
So I think we'll be asking for another home game next year following that.
Well, it's already in a neutral venue.
They've already,
what is it, fucking Perth?
It's either Perth or Adelaide, one of those 2.
So we're going to go 4 years without having 2 home games.
But see, I'm actually on the opposite side of it. See, look, I don't think it is.
Oh, you're a plug.
Well, no. Let me talk. Come on. I disagree with them having 2 games in a row in Queensland, considering last year we gave up a home game. But I like the precedent that it hopefully will set where we're not just playing it at ANZ or Suncorp in New South Wales or Queensland. Like, I think we should take the game, stadiums permitting, to say like Newcastle or, those other sort of venues that in like different areas of the states, that where people that won't be able to usually get to an origin can get to an origin and experience how amazing it is. So I like the precedent there, though I don't agree with them having 2 games in Queensland, especially in a row. I think it gives them the full opportunity to win it 2-0 straight away.
Yeah, and then the NRL can't. I don't expect them to win it 2-0 in the first 2 games. But if that is the case and the series is over by the third game, the NRL is going to be a bit upset when ANZ doesn't fill up, because I can tell you there won't be as many Blues fans there as they would have liked. But I don't think you're going to see it played at regional grounds again. I just don't think the NRL will want to do it. They won't get enough revenue with ticket sales just based on stadium capacity. But it is a good idea. Like it would be good to see it at Newcastle, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Well, if you see, like, if hopefully, those places get big stadiums or renovated stadiums that can hold, say, 30, 40,000. But look, that is more money that the government has to spend, which they probably won't. So, yeah, I think it just depends.
Townsville Stadium is recently renovated.
Well, yeah, like Townsville, I think it's only 25,000 though, so it's only quite a small venue.
Exactly.
So
Doesn't matter. Blues 3-0 whitewash anyway.
Yeah, year of the ambush, baby.
Yeah, didn't we say that last year?
No.
We'll rust it on favourites. Expected worst Queensland side ever. I didn't say that.
I thought it was that, if I'm being honest.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, we that was a difficult series to watch. It did not feel like Origin. I was kind of uninterested as well with it at the end of the year.
Well, that first game was a shocker. That felt like a club footy game at best.
It felt like a subpar club footy game as well. It didn't even feel like a.
Felt like a fucking Broncos Bulldogs.
And the boys in blue lost again.
Thursday night thriller.
What do you mean, bro? That's a Saturday fucking prime time.
Saturday 7:30.
That's definitely a 6 o'clock Friday game for the punters that can't make it out there coming home from work. That's what that is.
That is possibly the worst time slot. Like, that's basically what they've done there. Is they've taken the Monday time slot, which was, no one's going to go to the fucking rugby league on a Monday, which no one actually ever did, and they've put it to Friday 6 p.m. when majority of the people don't get off work till like 5:30. So, good job NRL. I wonder what the TV ratings are actually for that 6 o'clock game.
It must make some sort of commercial sense, otherwise they wouldn't do it. But yeah, as for getting people to the ground, that's fucked.
Well, yeah, you always see the 6 o'clock game is always one of the lowest sort of attendance out of everyone. Well, let's look at the Warriors.
Especially when they have Roosters playing.
Mate, we have like the second or third in Sydney highest attendance, all right? Thank you very much. It just looks empty because we have a stadium with like a 45,000 seater stadium and only 15,000 turn up. But you put that same 15,000 at Shark Park and it looks packed. See? There's that's the trade-off, all right? No, don't talk shit.
All right, mate, whatever. I'm just hoping.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, we'll get on to the review and preview. Don't think was there any other interesting topics throughout the week. Oh, I think just what Kenty and Hooper being fuckwits, classic.
Yeah, I think I agree with Buzz Rothfield for the first time ever. Actually,
what did Buzz say?
Oh, he's just siding against the flog Hooper and the angry Munchkin Kenty, and just taking up a different stance on the crackdown. And I think it represents the fans a bit better. I don't know. I think Kenty and Hoops have a bit of an agenda and are just trying to
journalists having an agenda.
Oh, the Landies, to be honest.
Dom, are you saying that journalists have an agenda?
Especially
those two.
I don't think so. No, not at all, mate. That's not journalism. They're there to be independent and free.
Just like George Williams is now.
Exactly. Free as George.
Yeah, that's a weird situation. I do actually want to clarify last week. It probably was made out by the editors, the bastards, that I was on Hooper's side in terms of, and the club's side in terms of the George Williams stuff. Reading into it more, I realised that Hooper's just a flog, which I always knew, but...
I mean, that's not what you said in the group chat. You said, that's what I said. I said James Hooper's a flog, and you said, yeah, but he always reports the truth.
Well, he usually does. It was the truth, but just heavily,
sound like you were backing him.
heavily agenda. No, how do you say? Heavily bias. It's a heavily biased truth.
Because he sleeps with Ricky.
Yeah, him and so was it Kent, Hoops, and Ricky are like best mates, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's always good when you have that.
Allegedly.
I thought it was more than allegedly. I thought like that's just because
Yeah.
well. Yeah, there's nothing really else going on in the world of rugby league other than Michael Jennings. Oh, DeBellin playing. I was going to get into that on the Dragons review game, but so DeBellin free. He played a game in New South Wales Cup, and now he's straight into the first grade squad. Aside from, I don't want to talk about the morality of it all and sort of thing, but in terms of the bloke and his skills and fitness after being out of the game for, was it almost 2 years, almost, probably a bit more. What do you reckon? Do you reckon how's he going to go back into first grade, like this early?
Well, he's been training with the reserve grade for the whole time, has he not?
Yeah, as long as before Griffin was in charge, he'd always been training with the first grade squad. But as of this year, he was in the reserve grade squad. And before the start of the second trial, he did a sort of 8-week pre-season fitness test and was ranked one of the fittest in the club still. So he's fit. I guess it's just how his body takes the contact and sort of the speed of the game, because there's nothing like match fitness.
But I reckon he'll hold up well. There's no denying his talent as a player.
And we'll move on from that quickly because we can get into a deep hole about the morality of that. But we'll start with the review. So reviewing round 12. So Thursday night, Broncos v Storm up at Suncorp. Storm 40, Broncos 12. I thought the Broncos' first 30 minutes was not great, but I thought they hung in there against the Storm side that probably wasn't firing as good as well as they should have, or should have been in that first 30. After that, it kind of just went. It slid straight to the Storm's favour.
Well, it was the Brandon Smith and Nico Hines show after that.
Yeah, they really sort of just let the floodgates go there. And I thought even Cooper Johns had a good game, just sort of doing a job. Forwards had a great game, but yeah, it was brilliant, 100%. Like you said, Brandon Smith and Nico Hines just picked that team up. Even Jerome Hughes had a good game as well. Probably not as flashy, but definitely they carried that team on Thursday night. What do you reckon, Dom?
Yeah, I think Melbourne just proved why they're such a good club. Obviously, plenty of excuses, plenty of players out again, but managed to put 40 on the Broncos. Like, obviously not the strongest team in the comp, but I think it just shows why the Broncos aren't going to play finals footy and have a long way to go. I mean, they aimed up and played well against the Roosters the week before, but yeah, they're just struggling to find that consistency in their performance, and I think it showed against Melbourne on Thursday night.
Anything else to add? Do we have anything else to add? It was a pretty alright crowd, about 23,000. Nice Brisbane weather. But yeah, I think... Well, what else really can you add? I think Storm...
I'm going to be honest, I didn't get to see the game. I didn't see much footy this weekend. The only game I saw was Bulldogs versus Penrith.
Mate, why are you even on here then?
Ooh, fuck, I'm just here for my good insight.
Yeah, sorry, you do have pretty... You are the Matty Johns of the show.
Yeah, just a funny cunt, good looking. Bring up the women viewership.
Yeah, obviously. Actually, I do want to talk about one thing.
You can head for radio, mate.
He does. Anthony Milford played like fucking shit. I feel so sorry for him. Just keep him in reserve grade now. He's
shot. He's fucked.
Yeah, his confidence is so down. Like you feel bad for the bloke because I think as well your confidence doesn't take a fucking it doesn't make it better when you keep getting bloody yo-yoed back from reserve grade back up and down. So it's, but I don't know. Hopefully, I think it's time to leave. He's leaving at the end of the year. He's not going to get re-signed. So, look, I think hopefully he just goes to a good club and plays a good 14 role, no pressure, and fucking kills it. Because he's only young. He's only like 26. But, yeah.
Yeah. No, he needs a change of scenery. Just gone stale at the Broncos and being a one club in the one town, big expectation, especially with the history that Brisbane have, and I think it's just a bit too much for him at the moment. Needs a dominant half as well.
Yeah, I don't think
league could be a good shout for him. Go over there, win a Man of Steel, play a couple of years there, come back. He'll still be young, 28, 29, and then try and tear league apart, NRL apart again.
I reckon as well. It's not his form is certainly not all his fault in terms of, the team's form for the past couple of years has been shit. So it's kind of hard when you're a 5'8" to really get anything off the back of that. The only issue is that, when it's stuff like drop passes or like shit passes or drop balls, like that's when you sort of know. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't know how much we'll see of him this year. I think he's just going to constantly just yo-yo the entirety of the year. Anyway, moving on, we'll go to the Friday night game. Country Bank Stadium, so up at Townsville, Origin's going to be played. Cowboys v Warriors, and 29-28. Cowboys over the Warriors, and I thought this was a fantastic game. I thought it was just good to have. I was going to say like a low-scoring, close game, but it wasn't. But it was a high-scoring, close game. It's still you get what you're given, to be honest. Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought Scott Drinkwater's great. I think Jay Clifford probably had his best game in a while for the Cowboys.
Off to the Newcastle Knights.
Yeah, and now he's off to the Newcastle Knights. I think Holmes, I've never seen a field goal kicked that well. That was just fucking crazy.
He's got a boot on him.
It's just crazy. Yeah. But what do you guys reckon? I think Warriors played well, but obviously not well enough to get the win. I think they sort of faded in and out.
Cowboys went up 24-0, didn't they?
24-6, I think.
Yeah.
Or 20-6 or something like that at halftime.
Yeah. It was 4
Scored
tries.
Plenty of tries when Tavanga was in the bin.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I think it was, 2 tries when Tavanga was in the bin?
Yeah, two or three.
Did you guys watch the game?
Yeah, no, I watched it. I think probably reading deeper into the game, I think that's probably what the Muppets at NRL headquarters probably want the game to look at. Something where there's five or so tries aside, plenty of attacking play, close
defense.
game. I think that's probably the ideal product that they want, not necessarily what I want or I think all the fans want, but a good game of footy nonetheless. Reece Walsh was impressive again. Valentine Holmes was really good, I thought, as well. But yeah, no, it looks like the Cowboys are finally sort of getting some DNA under Todd Payton and starting to put a game plan together and executing it. So, no, good. But probably the best team in Queensland at the moment, to be honest, the Cowboys. So, good on them for getting the win.
Yeah, I think, and, you just got to get the win, I think, at this time of the year, especially when you can tell that they're building to something. I think Toddy Payton's doing a great job with them currently. So hopefully they just keep building. We'll move on to the next game. Now, Dom, I want to hear all your opinions about this game of rugby league because I actually quite enjoyed it.
Soft, gutless, all the superlatives in the world you could describe the Dragons' performance with.
So we're talking about the West Tigers Dragons game on Friday night. Tigers 34 to the Dragons 18. Just by the way. Just for
It was
just for the listeners, you know.
absolutely pathetic from the Dragons. Then the Tigers. Oh no! To be fair, credit where credit's due. The Tigers actually came out of the gates and had a real crack, which is good to see if you're a Tigers fan because it's something they're not really known for. But yeah, they came out swinging, scored 3 tries in quick succession, and were on the back foot the rest of the game. And the forwards didn't aim up. Billy Burns was leaving gaps to the size of Sydney Heads in our defence. Yeah, the performance against Parramatta just feels like it's light years away at the moment. The way we bashed up the forwards of Parramatta, I haven't seen it since, and it's really disappointing. And without Matt Duffy, we have no X factor or flair in attack, and it's just one out football and pretty stock standard. Not enough from the halves, and not enough creativity, to be honest.
Yeah, look, that basically sums it up, to be honest. I thought, like you said, credit where credit's due, Tigers played much better in that first half than I've seen. I thought Brooks' running game is sort of come back, and I really like that. He's a great runner of the footy. Dane Laurie is he's that shining light that, like, if whatever the Tigers need to pay him, just pay him. I thought, again, Jack Bird was probably one of your best. What do you reckon of Corey Norman's performance, Dom? I want to hear the performance, or the rating.
I'd liken him to an animal, to be honest.
Jesus. It's
got 9 lives, 4 legs, makes a purring sound. Yeah, he's a cat, Corey Norman. He just doesn't do the 1% as well. Just nothing gives you any sort of hope in his performance. He doesn't engage the line. He doesn't look fast. He used to have silky hands going close to the line. Looks like they've gone, but yeah, just not enough, especially when you're paying him $800K. If he was a young bloke coming in doing a job,
you'd forgive it.
I don't know if you'd forgive it because it's just not first grade standard, but you'd understand. You'd have more understanding around the performance. But with Corey Norman, played next to 200 games. He's 30 years of age. He just doesn't show enough at NRL level anymore. I don't see him getting a contract beyond this with the Dragons anyway.
Oh, fair enough. And so I think you're off now, aren't you?
Yeah. No, I got to go to my charity night and help feed the homeless and
obviously, yeah,
put up a few shelters and go help out at the RSPCA shelter. So
I'm trying to have like a big hero for our fucking 10 listeners champion.
Duty calls, and I'll catch you next week.
All right, we'll see you next week, Dom. Pleasure having you.
Bye.
All right, Joseph, you can take the reins here. I'm just going to sit back, let you talk. I'll chime in every now and again, but like I said, only watch one game on the weekend, so I'm not going to be much use.
All right, I reckon that's something we can do. Now, let's have a look. What was the next game after this? Well, it's the game we can talk about.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go. So, Saturday first game, Penrith 30 over the Dogs 4. Give us your insights into the game.
Yeah, well, to start it off, I'm not sure why they played it at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. It's the game of the round. 2 biggest teams in the comp going at each other.
It's two heavyweights, two premiership heavyweights.
Yeah, not sure why they'd play it at such an early time, but no, for the first 50 minutes, Dogs were unreal. We were down 10-0. Should have been 4-0 if DWZ didn't throw a stupid offload right before half-time. But he's been one of our better players all year, so you can't really knock him too much for it.
Did you see the Tigers going to offer him like a big money deal, a long-term deal or some shit?
Well, he's on fucking $800K for us next year.
No.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm hoping he'll end up in the Tigers colours because I don't want to be paying him $800K. Good player, runs hard, got a lot of heart, but fuck, $800K. No, thank you.
Bit much. You'd rather just pay $600K for a winger, Kotrick.
Yeah.
Oh, Chotrich, sorry.
Well, he's meant to be playing centres, but that little experiment didn't go too well. But yeah, first 50 minutes of the game, I was really impressed with how the Dogs played. We slowed down the game constantly.
Oh yeah, I think
Slowed it down, threw Penrith off their rhythm. We had a lot of possession, a lot of field position, but unfortunately, we just don't have that spark in attack. A lot of it was coming down to Jake Averillo, and he was the only one trying anything for us in attack. Really, couldn't manage to put points on the board, but I thought
think
he did
he had
well
one of his better
defending
games, I reckon.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, we did well to defend against Penrith, but started leaking tries towards the end. They slipped through the cracks. They started being a bit more clinical like we're used to from Penrith this season. But all in all, I thought it was a good performance.
Yeah,
A lot of positives to take out of it.
yeah. Hopefully, you could sort of bring that into other games, but I think inconsistency is a massive thing. I think with all squads, sort of below that 8 at the moment, they're all just jumping up and down in terms of form. But yeah, I thought, and what can you say about Penrith? They're just too fucking good.
Oh yeah,
To be fair, they only put 30 on you, so that's look. I'd say that's a win. I'd count the 2 points to you. They didn't win the line, so
well, we scored last try, and we were playing last try wins. So
yeah,
well, fuck.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, but when we scored right at the end, Aaron Choop, fair play to him. Fucking first try in the NRL. Good on him.
His defense was shocking. He made some shocking defensive calls. I felt bad. He was getting just left on his own, and yeah, he got fucking found out.
Yeah. No, I had Penrith by 26 or more in me multi. So we scored. I had my fingers crossed that Nick Meaney wouldn't kick it, and he didn't. Thank fuck. Didn't make a difference anyway because fucking Titans and Manly stuffed it. Cowards, but it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, we'll move on to. Well, I think it was just a game. It wasn't sort of good quality. It wasn't bad quality. I think it was mostly just. It was, to be honest, it was just pure like domination from the Rabbitohs. I think a couple late tries to the Eels sort of made it look better. Yeah, made it look flattering. But it was Rabbitohs 38 over Eels 20 at Stadium Australia. And yeah, I think Rabbitohs' attack is it's too good. They're brilliant. Especially, what's the side that Johnston and Gagger on? Left side, yeah.
Fucking on fire.
Yeah, they carved
and also
up.
Parramatta's right hand side defense sucks.
And yeah,
Blake didn't fucking.
Well, no, he got moved. He got moved to the other side, so it was Opacek and Ferguson.
Yeah.
If it was Wonga Blake and Ferguson, it would have been 60-0.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
say Fogo's drop for this week.
I did see that. That's hilarious. He's not been playing well, so drop him.
Knows as well.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's beautiful though. I wonder how he breathes. Well, they'll probably have Reid Marnie back now for this week. He'll probably slot in now that he's been sort of dropped from the squad.
I'd just like to go back on that, actually. Sorry, Fergo, I didn't mean it. I'm not one to attack people based on their looks, because I'm an ugly motherfucker myself.
It's true. So, it's just the way it is. And I like how Jaden Sewer didn't even play that game and he got selected for the Origin squad.
Yeah.
Is that representative of Queensland or?
Yeah, but to be fair, he'll probably come out fire. And
he'll probably bash us up. So yeah. I thought South really improved. I thought Eels had gone through a little bit of a slump, which I think probably would have started. But I think this week they get back Dylan Brown and takes a lot of that pressure off Moses. But yeah, they just got to fix those edge. They got to fix that edge defense on both sides, to be honest. Because it's just
they can do
terrible.
Whatever they want to try and fix it. Matter of the fact is, when it comes to September, they'll fucking disappear. Mitchell Moses will go walkabouts, won't be seen, and Para will go crashing out of finals in the second round.
Well, you reckon back to just out the back, 2 losses?
They might jag us a win in the second round. Either way, they won't be there come fucking the big one.
Well, it's a 2-horse race. It's not going to be it's either Penrith or Melbourne. I don't see any other team unless both of those teams get killed in a car accident. I don't see any other.
Bulldogs.
Who?
Bulldogs.
Oh, obviously they make a run now. For them, what, 13 straight games? I reckon they can
13
do it.
straight games, which will put us on what? 26, 28, plus the bye, 30 points. Well, we'd make it, surely.
Fuck, if you couldn't make it from winning 13 straight.
Imagine we miss out on for and against if we win 13 straight. We win every game by 1 and have for and against. Just that shit.
Because you've been beaten by over like 13 plus every other round. Oh, yeah. We'll move on to possibly my favourite game of the round because it was the Roosters. And I just love watching them. 44-16, Chookies over the Raiders up in Gosford. Home game for us. And I got a bit worried at the start. Canberra came out firing, 2 tries. Then after
they do that every week.
They do that every week. Then after that, they had the classic Raiders implosion, and Joey Manu and Hargreaves just tore them apart. Yeah, Manu needs to be.
Joseph Manu, wow, you are hot.
He just needs to have his hands on the ball constantly because every time he does,
my balls.
And Hargreaves, I think, like 222 meters, 30 something tackles. Played the whole 80 minutes. Just,
Yeah, fucking gun.
Yeah, I think Adam Kieran had a great game. I think 6 from 8 conversions. Well, better like
well.
Definitely was. I don't know if Marshke got injured, but he got taken off like pretty early and never sort of came back. So I don't know what happened there.
Played 27 minutes. I think he might have got injured.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe they just took him off, or maybe he just wasn't playing well. Either one. Maybe he got hooked.
Joseph Suwali put in a stellar performance as well.
Yeah, he's 2 games back to back, and he's had a cracker of a start. I think, though, to be fair, like last week against Broncos, we didn't play well at all, and this week we've come across the Raiders who aren't going well either. So, look, I think just got to keep waiting. But his runs look strong, and for a young bloke, he doesn't look physically outmatched, like as you'd say Sam Walker would. And your Walker got pushed to reserves. They just rested him. I think we got the bye this week, so give him.
Mark Hall resting him.
Well, he
has an AC injury, doesn't he?
Yeah, AC joint in the shoulder.
Yeah, give him a rest. He's still a young fella.
And he's small. He's not a big bloke.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, smart call giving him a rest.
And, yeah, what can you say about the Raiders? Just same old shit. Yeah, like
it's 2 weeks in a row they've got a 10-0 lead and they've shut the bed.
Yeah. Against probably 2 clubs, well,
2 understrength teams.
Yeah.
Like Storm with fucking half a reserve grade lineup and you guys with half a Harold and Matt's lineup.
Yeah, I think it's like 9 of our starting 17. It's something crazy in key positions as well, so... well, but yeah, look, I wonder what's going to happen there, seriously, because they don't, neither the players nor Ricky seem to be backing down from anything.
Oh, yeah.
So
Don't seem to have the answers at the moment.
I think that there's either going to be a massive player clean out, or I don't see Ricky going though, so... And I think just depends.
It's a tough one.
And this is a team that 2 years ago we barely beat in the grand final. Not long ago that they were in a top 4 side.
Well, I think a lot of people had them picked for top 4 this year.
Yeah, now look at them. So you never know. Whatever the footy gods prescribe you for the year. But yeah, we'll move on to the next game.
I'd just like to say, up until this point, I was 6 for 6. Picked every game. Multi was flying. I was cheering. Had $15 on. Cash out was sitting at 170. I look at it and I go, cash out 170, not bad. Potential winnings $455. And I looked at the remaining two fixtures. I was like, Titans, Sea Eagles to win. Fuck, surely that'll get up.
Well, look, any normal punter that that gets up, you'd think that would be getting up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, what the fuck?
Up,
the Sharks just, I know.
They did have a lot of ins this week, but they had Jesse back, Ronaldo back, Sean Johnson back.
Yeah.
Quinton Nakora, he was out, wasn't he? Or was he not? I don't know. Talakai back. They had a lot of big ins this week.
Yeah, they really did. So I think they had the new Franklin Pele in. So this game, was Sharks 38 to Titans 10. It's not. What else can you? The Titans' defense is just shocking. And I just think that Sharks had a great game. Like, there's not really. Did. I think having Johnson back with Chad Townsend dropped, which is funny.
Yeah, Johnson pulling the strings. He's just quality. So class.
I think
Matt Moyan had a good game.
Yeah, so I think that, and with their sort of back line back to sort of almost normality, you can kind of see him putting on a bit more points now. Put on a couple more points. Ambush. Yeah, fuck. You'd never know. And they played up at Coffs Harbour at the International Stadium. I wonder if anything internationals have actually been played there. But yeah, love seeing games go to the bush. Even though that wouldn't really count as the bush anyway.
Coffs Harbour's the bush.
Yeah, I wouldn't count Coffs Harbour as the bush, but rural or regional. Can't really think of anything else for this game. It wasn't too. Four sin bins, but fuck. What are you going to talk about? It's classic.
One-sided game. Not much to it.
Well, that's most games nowadays anyway.
True. After this point, I was watching that game actually when I was at the pub. My hopes were just dropping. Saw Sharks up. I was like, oh no, Titans can turn it around from here. And then they just fucking ran away with it, and I was depressed. I was like, Multis failed by one leg again for the third week in a row. So I got home. I just went straight to bed. I couldn't be fucked watching Newcastle versus Manly because I thought Manly had it in the bag, and I just didn't want to see another one leg fail. Well, Newcastle came out and they fucking won.
Yeah, I don't know. It was. Look, yeah, I don't want to bag the rest, but the penalty count, it was 9-0. I think it was 9-1. I think it ended up being 6 agains weren't quite uneven as well. It was really weirdly reffed match. A couple of sin bins a couple of penalties that probably should have been a sin bin under the current interpretation. A couple of sin bins that should have been penalties under the current interpretation. So, I think especially that Marty Tapau one. I don't know if you saw it, but he basically goes in for a hit, gets put in his ass. They go back and play a whole set, and then Manly get the ball, and then he's called out unreported off for 10.
Oh yeah,
on the 58th minute, which is just Look, I think Seagulls didn't have their best game, and Knights finally showed a bit of character, hung in there, and got a win. Which doesn't matter how you get it this time of year, especially when you're not doing too well. And look, Knights still do have quite a bit out. Like, they're slowly getting everyone back, but I think Mitchell Pearce being out is still massive for him.
Yeah, Kalen Ponga also a massive loss.
Yeah, and Kurt Mann didn't play.
Kind of watching to fullback when Tex Hoy went off.
Did he? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he was playing fullback for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, so that just shows you.
Getting all the calls when they're at a home game, nothing new. Where was this sort of blow up when the Bulldogs got absolutely molested by the calls in round 1? That's all I'm asking. Didn't say a fucking blow up then. No one gives a shit about us.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it's not like it was going to change any sort of season.
It would have. Oh, not the season.
Yeah, I don't think it would have changed anything.
Season anyway. Manly are going to make the 8.
Yeah, you'd say so with Turbo Fit. But yeah, that basically wraps up the review. We'll move into the preview. Only 4 games this week, so it's probably going to be a shorter episode. Starting Thursday night, we got Dragons Broncos without Origin stars, so it's just going to be a flogger of a game, eh? So yeah,
Fucking prime time.
so I don't know if we did it like when you were on, but basically for the preview, sorry, we just pick a winner and pick a margin. So
Yep. Perfect.
look, I'm going Dragons 1-12.
1-12. You know what? I'd back a 1-12, but for my multi, I've gone 13 plus just because the odds were a bit better. Bit of an odds booster. Dragons with some big ins. They got Matt Doherty back. They got Paul Vaughan back.
Yeah,
They got some. Jack Bird's been pushed to the second row actually.
I
Jack
did
DeBellin-
see that. Yeah, DeBellin's back.
Yeah, fuck Broncos losing a couple of players. Oh, not a couple. Losing Payne Haas to Origin.
Payne Haas,
Bit of
Xavier
luck.
Coates, and then
Oh yeah, and Xavier Coates.
Milford dropped.
Yeah, with Tyson Gamble coming back in. Yeah, I reckon Dragons got it. If you're from the Wollongong area, I'd be careful with post game celebrations.
Oh,
with,
jeez.
Oh,
Yeah, no, leave that. Stop that. But yeah, watch out. Moving on to the next game. We've got Tigers v Penrith on a Friday night at Leichhardt Oval. I genuinely hope Tigers win this 1-12.
I don't.
But fuck, I can't see Penrith losing even with that many blokes out.
Massive outs.
But yeah, fuck. Well, yeah. Well, so what they put Tyron May and Matt Burton in.
Yeah,
And
Matt Burton. It's not like Matt Burton playing in the halves. Fuck, he's a gun.
And then Momirovski to the centres with pairing with Crichton, and then Robert Jennings and Staines of the
He was
wingers.
centres last week anyway with
Yeah, with Dylan, and then Edwards is back in. So look,
They're missing Coruscant, Cable, Toto.
Liam Martin,
Big outs, but
and then you still look at their squad, and it's
yeah,
still
you look
great.
at that. Hey, when's the last time Tigers won back-to-back consecutive wins?
Yeah,
Fucking
never.
18 months ago. Fuck.
Yeah, so,
Just for that reason alone, I'm taking Penrith.
yeah, I can't see. Look, I'm going Tigers 1-12, but I don't think they're going to win. It's hopeful. I'm going the heart.
Next game.
So this is Saturday night. Storm v Titans.
Storm to bend them over and fucking destroy them.
Yeah, because they don't really lose. They lose Munster. He hasn't even been playing.
They lose Munster, Fox. Like
And Kafusi.
They've got a reserve grade side, but they've had a reserve grade side for the past 3 weeks, and they've still been fucking cunt.
Yeah, I can't.
Bidens with AJ Brimson out, Fafita out, Fitawaker out, Tino out. They got no chance.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, so
Jaden Campbell making his debut.
that's really cool.
It's good to see.
Yeah, it's really cool.
He's going to get fucking flogged in his debut, but good on him.
And yeah, he's not a big boy either. He's tiny.
Yeah.
I weigh more than him. Fuck. Yeah, I can't see Titans winning. So Storm 13 plus. Now this next game, I reckon. I don't know. I think this could be probably another upset.
You reckon?
Actually,
with Dylan Brown back. It's
I was looking at the ends for Para.
Reed Marnie in. Reed Marnie not going to being dropped from the Origin camp. That's massive for him.
Yeah,
They're pretty much full strength.
yeah. Looking at it now,
They're missing Paulo. That's it.
Yeah, so actually, you know what? I think it might be a.
Yeah.
I never know.
Yeah, it's Saifidi, Clemar Frizzell, massive hits to their forward pack.
Yeah.
Still no KP.
Yeah. So actually, you know what?
I reckon Jake Clifford could be a late inclusion for them, but coming into the halves and Connor Watson being pushed.
Got a 13 or something.
Yeah.
Well, they've already got Man on the on interchange though,
Yeah.
so they might keep Jake Clifford out for a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Just thinking about I think Eels 13 plus.
Yeah, I've got Eagles 13 plus in my multi too.
All right, well that wraps it up.
Yeah.
So,
Wait up before we finish. I'd like to give some insight to the listeners at home. So, past few weeks, I've had a rough go on the old multi front. For those of you that don't know, so 2 weeks ago, lost by one leg. Week after that, fucking Roosters lost to Broncos. Would have
yeah,
been $700 in my bank account. Cowards didn't show up. Had a rough go last week. Lost by 2 legs. But this week, I'm not fucking losing again. All right.
so we're gonna check in next Tuesday,
I'm giving
and
it to our listeners.
all right,
St. George Dragons 13 plus. Penrith Panthers to win against Tigers head to head. The Melbourne Storm 13 plus. Para Eels 13 plus. Origin game 1, same game multi. New South Wales, Dane Gagai, Fox to score. Return on that from $10, 1.3 grand. Thank me later.
yep, all right. Well, everyone get on that. Get the punt on. But yeah, so massive thanks, Fish and Dom, now gone.
Thanks for having me.
All sorted. So we'll see you all next week. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.